Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Upgraded Sets. You guys, we are looking at the bluest set, I tell you. You thought those Gorefoots, the Gorefoot boots were blue? You thought those Hand to Brocks were blue? This is the blue set. This is what you wear when you want to be blue. Absolutely awesome looking. And, Milabrega's is a very interesting set, but it is also one that kind of suffers from a lack of any real good effects on each individual item. I've always noticed that Milabrega's set is actually relatively good in combination with the other pieces, but not so great by themselves. And as we go over the set, I think you will find the same thing. Now, I've actually used this set a couple times on low-level paladins, specifically for leveling up. And as we go over this set, I think you'll see that it's not so bad. Now, the Milabrega's set is specifically made for paladins. It does have a lot of specific paladin bonuses, but there are some bonuses on this set which might make it useful for a non-paladin, and we'll go over those as we look. So we have Milabrega's Rod War Scepter, which is 15 to 25 damage, very fast attack speed. We also have +1 to Paladin skill levels, 50% enhanced damage, +2 to light radius, and 50% damage to Undead. Now, none of these effects on it vary. It also has no green bonuses, which is very sad, which means that it cannot be beefed up by putting on 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of the set. Now, +1 to Paladin skill levels is certainly nice and can be utilized on quite a few different kinds of Paladins. Even if you're just a Hammerden, you could put this on for +1 Pally skills relatively early at level 17, with only a strength requirement of 55, which is relatively low. We also have Milabrega's Diadem, which is defense 45, strength requirement 55, level 17. It has +15 life and +15 mana, not exactly the best stats in the world. And with a 2-piece bonus, you get cold resist 40%. Not very great. I'm going to be honest with you. By itself, if you're looking at Milabrega's Diadem by itself, it's awful. It's an awful helmet. Erotha's Coil is way better. There are so many better options at level 17. All it gives is 15 to life and 15 to mana, and it's terrible. However, when you look at it in the whole set, we'll see differently. We also have Milabrega's Robe Ancient Armor, which is, of course, the 90% of the sexiness of this armor is just simply that nice blue Ancient Armor. It has 466 defense on it, which does vary a little bit. I believe it goes up and down a couple points. We also have a 100 strength requirement on this because it is an Ancient Armor, and a level 17 requirement like the rest of the set. We have damage reduced by 2, and attacker takes damage of 3 on it. Again, absolutely just terrible. The 2-piece bonus on this is 100% enhanced defense, though, and that is nice because it's going to bring up the defense of Milabrega's from 233 on its base to 466, which again, at level 17, 466 defense is pretty nice. We also have Milabrega's Orb Kite Shield, which is 43 defense, 38% chance to block, which is terrible, 47 strength, 17 level requirement. It has 25 defense, 20% better chance of magic items, and of course you can also put a socket in it. When you put it on with the other pieces of the set, you actually have 2 different bonuses here. We get 50 life when we have at least 2 items equipped, and then we get another 50% enhanced defense when we have 3 items equipped. Now, the real meat and potatoes of this set comes from the full bonus. And when you put on the full bonus, you'll see that you actually get quite a nice amount of stats. But let's take a look at the partials first before we go forward. So the first partial is 75 to attack rating with 170 to maximum lightning damage based on character level. That does vary by, I think it's 2 or 1.5 per level. God, I can't even remember. 170 divided by 85. That's 2 per level. My character is currently level 85. So we get 2 maximum lightning damage per level just for having 2 pieces on, which isn't so bad because at level 17 you're talking about 17 times 2, so you've got 34. So 34 extra lightning damage added to your attacks. When you put on the third piece, you will get Cannot Be Frozen. And Cannot Be Frozen is absolutely imperative for low-level melee characters. This will allow you a little bit of variance in what kind of other equipment you would like to put on. The only other Cannot Be Frozen that you can get around this level, I believe, is Death Sash and the full Arctic set. The full Arctic set will give you Cannot Be Frozen. But I don't see a Paladin running full Arctic. Now, he could be using Death Sash, but this frees up the belt slot for something else. Instead, he could be rocking maybe a Blade Buckle or a Gold Wrap or something like that for Magic Find. So we also have another piece bonus. So this is our full set bonus. And when we put on the full set, you'll notice that we get +2 to Paladin Skills, which of course is in combination with the +2, the +1 that we have on the scepter. So we've got +3 total on this thing. We've got 200 to attack rating now. The same +2 lightning damage per level. We also have 10% mana steal, 8% life steal, 15% poison resistance, and of course, they cannot be frozen. All in all, it's actually a pretty nice little set for a level 17 paladin. Cannot be frozen is absolutely imperative for low-level paladins. Mana steal is absolutely imperative for low-level paladins, and it gives you 10% mana steal. If you're trying to Zeal, if you're trying to Vengeance, if you're trying to use any ability that requires a large amount of mana and you can hit things and bonk them and steal some mana back, 10% mana steal is a lot at level 17. We also get 8% life steal as well. So not only does it solve your mana steal problems, it also solves your life steal problems. And so you're looking at a very interesting set for a low level, say Zeal Paladin, a low level, Vengeance Paladin, a low level, even a Conversion Paladin, if that's what you want to be. It's going to give you the +2 skills you need. It's going to give you the attack rating that you need. 200 attack rating is a fairly nice bonus. It's also going to give you the life steal, the mana steal, the cannot be frozen, all of which are very, very nice. And when you take a look at the resistances in normal difficulty, they're not the greatest, but they're okay. I do feel like for a 4-piece set, they could be a little bit higher, but it is only a 4-piece set. Keep that in mind, and you can put on quite a few other pieces of gear. So you're going to be rocking 30% fire resistance. I know my head's in the way. 30% fire resistance, 70% cold resistance, 30% lightning resistance, and 45% cold or poison, which is not bad. Those resistances are actually not bad at all from the full set. And if I take off the full set here, I can't. So actually, that's right. The 30% is coming from the quest bonus. My bad. So not actually the greatest resistances there at all. It looks like we're really only getting cold resistance and a little bit of poison. So very poor on the resistances. You're going to have to augment that with amulet, boots, rings, belt, gloves, and probably a diamond in the shield. So let's take a look and see what would happen if we upgrade this set, shall we? So Milabrega's War Scepter will upgrade with a Ral, a Soul, and a Perfect Emerald, which is a fairly cheap upgrade. And this is going to give us a nice DPS boost on this weapon. It does have 50% enhanced, so I do think it will go up kind of nicely. Not the greatest, but it'll do okay. So this is going to upgrade from 15 to 25 damage, 55 strength, level 17, to 24 to 57 damage, 103 strength, and level 30. Now that's not a bad upgrade, especially considering this is a weapon. And any set that has a weapon in it, any set at all that has a weapon in it, I've always noticed tends to fall to the wayside, specifically because the weapon can't keep up with your leveling. So being able to upgrade the weapon on this might actually elongate the use of this set for a little while for you until you get some better equipment. 24 to 57 is not the most amazing, but it will do you for a little while in Nightmare difficulty. Now, we also have the helmet, which can be upgraded, the crown. Now, the crown requires a shale, a tal, and a perfect diamond. This is going to go from 45 defense, 55 strength, level 17, to 82 defense, 103 strength, level 25, which upgrades to 30 when equipped with the green bonus. So, interesting here that the weapon probably is a good choice to upgrade if you're still using it around this level, but the helmet really wasn't a huge upgrade as far as defense was concerned, and the 103 strength requirement is pretty high. I mean, granted, the armor is 100, So you should be around that level anyway. But interesting. Now the shield, I think, is going to get a nice little boost in its block rate, if I remember correctly. So this is going to be 43 defense, 38% chance to block, 2 to 5 smite damage, 47 strength, and level 17, which is going to upgrade to 91 defense, which goes to 124 when equipped. 48% chance to block, so we did go up by 10% on the block chance. That's actually quite nice. We went to 15 to 24 smite damage, a strength requirement of 91, and level 30 when equipped. Level 25 when not equipped. And just to demonstrate to you guys that this green bonus seems to be affecting the actual level of the item. When you equip the item without any green bonus, it stays at 25. As soon as you equip the first item and the green bonus appears, it goes to level 30. And some of them have to have 2 green bonuses affect the item before it will go to level 30. I'm not exactly sure why that is, and this may just very well be a bug from PTR, Public Test Realm, but we'll find out. So the boost in block chance might actually make this worthwhile. If you're still using this shield, if you're using it for magic find, whatever specific purpose you're employing a Milabrega's orb for, maybe you found it early on and you're using it for magic find until you can afford to get yourself a rhyme shield. This item is a decent little magic find shield. The only problem is that it costs a shale rune to upgrade it. So if you have a shale rune to upgrade this shield, you're probably going to use it to make a rhyme shield. In which case, you know, this doesn't really work for that particular purpose. So you'd have to be using it in the set to spend a shale rune on that. Now the armor, I'm afraid, is going to upgrade rather poorly. Ancient armor upgrades to ornate, and ornate upgrades to sacred, and they are among the highest strength requirement armors in the game. And that means that Milabrega's Robe, although it will upgrade the defense nicely, it is not going to have any enhanced defense on it, and it's also going to, unfortunately, increase the strength requirement really, really high. So let's upgrade this and let's see what we get. So we're going to go from 233 defense, 100 strength, level 17, to 442 defense, 170 strength requirement, which is a pretty massive increase, and level 25, which does go to level 30 when equipped. Now, thankfully, there is a green bonus on this of, what is that, 2 pieces or 3 pieces? 2 pieces. So there's a green bonus on this of 2 pieces, which does increase the defense by 100%. Which does make the upgrade kind of worth it, because we go from the 232 defense to the 442, which is then upgraded by the 100% to 884. So a pretty massive defense bump there. Unfortunately, the high strength requirement does make that a little bit hard to equip at level 30. And not really sure that is worth it. But the defense bump is very nice. Now, the next upgrade is going to be taking this to the Hell difficulty version and the Elite version. And this upgrade is probably not going to be worth it for any of these pieces, but we're going to do it anyway, because that's what this video series is all about. So we've got the Milabrega's Rod Divine Scepter, which is going to go from 24 to 57. Very fast attack speed, strength 103 with a level requirement of 30. To Milabrega's Caduceus, which I believe is how it's pronounced, the Caduceus. Milabrega's Caduceus is now 55 to 64 damage. It has 70 dexterity requirement, 97 strength. Not bad on the stat requirements, but level 78 on the level, which is unfortunately going to make that unusable for most characters. We also have Milabrega's Grand Crown, which is going to require a Lamina Co. and a Perfect Diamond. And this is going to upgrade from 82 defense, 103 strength, level 25, to Milabrega's Corona, which is 152 defense, 174 strength, and level 66. Definitely too high of a strength requirement there and too high of a level requirement for not really a huge bump in the defense. Honestly, the defense really wasn't our main concern with this set, but let's continue upgrading anyway, because we're on the path. We might as well finish. So now we have Milabrega's Robe Ornate Plate, which of course is going to upgrade to a Sacred Armor, which is the highest tier armor in the game. We have 442 defense, a 170 strength requirement, level 25, which is going to go to 593 defense, 232 strength requirement, and level 66. And of course, when we equip it with the green bonus, we go to 1,186 defense, which is a pretty big bump in defense over the original 468, I believe. Then that was with the green bonus. So with the green bonus, we were looking at 468, and with the green bonus now, we're looking at 1,186, which is more than double the defense of the plate. If only that 100% enhanced was actually on the plate instead of the green bonus, it required you to use any of the other pieces. We also have Milabrega's Orb Dragon Shield, which is going to upgrade into a Monarch Shield, believe it or not. And this is going to go from Defense 91, Chance to Block 48%, Strength 91, and Level 25, to 169 Defense, which does upgrade to 241 when equipped. Chance to Block goes to 52% from its original very low 38%. So quite a bump in chance to block there, at the very least. We also have 156 strength requirement on this, and level 66 with the green bonuses, but level 54 without them. It's very interesting here to point out that the high strength requirement, obviously, on the Sacred Armor makes that a very inhibitive and very pointless upgrade. The lack of any kind of enhanced damage, other than the 50%, is not enough. It's not enough to push this weapon into a hell difficulty mode. The really high strength requirement on the Corona, again, very difficult to justify upgrading this to level 2, level 3. Sorry. I would say that the weapon is a decent little upgrade to tier 2 if you're using this Milabrega set on your Paladin. The helmet was a okay upgrade to tier 2, and the shield was an okay upgrade to tier 2, but the armor was not a good upgrade to tier 2. The strength requirement went way too high at 170. So if I use this set, let's say I put this set together and I really wanted to make a Milabrega's Paladin, and I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of out-leveling the equipment. I'm getting to level 30, right? So once I hit level 30, what do I upgrade? Well, I would say that upgrading the weapon, the helmet, and the shield are pretty solid upgrades just to gift you some gear so that you can get through Nightmare. The armor, on the other hand, is probably not worth upgrading at all because of the really high strength requirements. Unless you just happen to have 170 strength, which you probably shouldn't around level 30. So upgrade these 3 pieces to help you get through, the end of Act 5 and the beginning of Nightmare. And then you could replace these as you need to. Now, if you have this whole set, the full set bonus is actually kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. Having Cannot Be Frozen, having +3 to Paladin Skills, 10% mana, and 8% life leech is certainly very nice. But I just don't see this set going much further past Act 1 Nightmare difficulty. I feel like around that point, you're going to be replacing each one of these pieces with something better. It doesn't give you enough resistances to really be worthwhile to keep outside of normal difficulty, and the armor upgrades require too much strength for relatively no gain. Other than looking sexy as all get out, I'm afraid Milabrega's is probably not the best set to upgrade. 1-tier upgrade, maybe. 2-tier upgrades, definitely not. Take one good look at the Milabrega's beautifulness. It is a beautiful set, though. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when it is on a very blue armor set, such as Milabrega's. And as always, keep watching.